Hi, I'm Dave Rank, and I came to Winona Lake back in December of 1992. And prior to that, I was a youth pastor for 13 years in Pennsylvania, where we didn't even have a youth room. It was space in the church that was shared by various ministries, including a Christian school. So we were kind of like nomads. So coming here to Winona, the youth building was quote-unquote a luxury to have. And not just a room, but an entire building. And not just a building, but one that had a revolving floor. And I remember, just doing lots of unique things with the revolving floor. For instance, like on the outside perimeter of the circle, we would have the students sit down, and then other students would face them, but sit on the inside of the revolving circle. And we'd have small group discussions. And instead of getting up and changing groups for the next question, we would just flip the switch, and they would change groups. Oh, lots of good memories of retreats, momentum, capture the flag. I think I even found a picture here. We took capture the flag serious, and there you'll see Brandy Wright, who also took it serious. We had Super Bowl parties that we started. I remember one of the first ones. Back in the day, before the tech that we have today, we ran a TV cable from the second floor bedroom window of Abe Wright, who was a student at the time. They live across the street from the youth center. We ran it out his second floor bedroom window across tree branches into the building and put the game on the big screen in the auditorium, and the kids just went nuts with larger than life-size football players interacting with them. Some years we had well over 300 attending that outreach, and tried to give more ownership to the students by way of leadership and their own building. And so we tried to give a facelift to the building as much as we could to make it our own. But you can imagine that was 15 years ago, and today our society puts a lot of emphasis on just facilities for students in their educational buildings here in town. And sadly, sometimes the Christian community doesn't have that same level within the rooms that they give to students. Even though the most important thing is relationships with students, the building compared to where they spend most of their time in school, unfortunately is compared sometimes and can hamper that. So I'm excited to know that we as a church are stepping up to the plate, and we're really doing something that has very much value in increasing our impact to students, not only within our church, but future students that will come down the road that will be part of our church family and part of God's family eventually. So I'm glad that to see that we're having this capital campaign, not just because of the building, but because of the impact on the lives of students.